start.
Right.
Welcome, Ken Micro, to this interview at drupa 2016 at the stand of Drupa Daily. Thanks for coming. Ken, you are professor and chair at the graphic communication department of California Polytechnic State University. What is your point of view regarding Drupa as a chance for students interested in the world of printing?
Well, interestingly, because we're so far removed geographically, to get students here is somewhat difficult, and I'm excited this year because we'll have, I think, 9 students attending the Drupa Fair because they're currently studying at a university at the Hochschule in München and also one at the Hochschule der Medien at Stuttgart. So what's interesting is that the students and the faculty alike, we fight to get the spots to come here. So I have 2 colleagues that are visiting with me as well. In fact, they arrived last night. And then we'll have these students. I think it's important. We have a show in the United States called Graph Expo in print. We attempt to get some of the students there, but they understand that this is the world. This is where the world meets to learn about all of these technologies. And it's not just necessarily printing technologies. It's a whole gamut of other things which these students, in fact, find very, very trendy.
Yes. What does a visit to Drupa tell students, if Drupa can manage to do that, about worthwhile fields of study, about the current trends, about job opportunities?
We've, in the States, have faced what I call a self-fulfilling prophecy that the printing industry has gone into a different slump. We fight that every day, and what we find is that our students, when they come to our university and start taking our courses, they fall in love with this technology. But more importantly, it's because they've learned that it is, again, printing. There's the pre-press, there's computer, there's the web development, there's packaging, there's all of the other things that are taking place with functional imaging. And so I think, again, what this fair shows is that the gamut of opportunities is exponential. And I think that's what's so great about this show.
This week, as you said, some of your students, 9 students, you said, from California Polytechnic State University are visiting Drupa. Why? Is it an obligation, or did they choose to come here?
Well, actually, when I met with the students in Munich, I said to them, you'll be going to Drupa. And they said, yeah, we'll be going. And I said, no, you have to go. It's a must that you go. And of course they said, well, why? I said, because this is a big deal. It's a huge deal, specifically for an American student, most specifically from the West Coast, to be here. So interesting, I received several emails in the last couple of days where the students have been scurrying to get there. They're staying at the hostels, and they're now extremely excited about being here at this show. So when I say it's an obligation, it's an honor, is really what it is from our behalf.
Great to hear. Trends change, markets evolve. Do today's students of printing need different qualities, different qualifications for a successful study? And what will those qualifications be?
Well, I think ultimately what we see, specifically with representatives of the industry in the States, is that they want students that have the ability to absorb all of this technology, but more importantly, make decisions using constructive criticism. So that will help the company forage through all of this disruption that's taking place. Obviously, a lot of our students have come in and they're very web-oriented, they're very web-centric, and I think they see how all of this, in fact, kind of works. Ultimately, it's neat to see, the printed publications and the use of some of the new tactile the haptics that are taking place, and maybe the use of some 3D printing and or the augmented reality type of functions. So I think that the students have really opened up into that area, and they see the true meaning of print and its necessity for our existence.
Ken, you have a tight schedule here at Drupa. How long are you staying? What are you trying to achieve?
Well, I've been it's been about a 2.5 week tour of Germany, if you will, meeting with some of the different schools and meeting with some friends. I was at a conference, an international conference in Leipzig, just most recently, and so I only have a few days here, which is somewhat difficult to get through the show. We have a lot of partnerships with a lot of the vendors here, HP, Heidelberg, Kodak, EFI, ESCO. So my goal is to have some meetings with them to, again, talk about where our curriculum is, where we're going into the future, and ultimately how we can partner to better enhance each other's lives.
What will you do next, right after this interview?
I'm going to the Kodak booth. So I have a meeting there. And then I have the opportunity to sit in on the Landa, the Benny Landa
Theater.
Yes, the Billy Linton Theater. So I'm
I
excited.
haven't seen it yet.
Yes, and I'm excited about it. Yeah, that'll be good.
Yeah, it was exciting as the last Drupa 2012
Yes.
was shown. Okay, thank you very much, Ken Marco, for this interview with Drupa Daily, and have a nice time at Drupa.
I appreciate the opportunity. It was great to meet you.
Thank you for coming.